gentlemen, we've got a concert for you tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the top of the order for you there. You aren't going to believe.
The following program is brought to you in living color.
That's a turnaround to your right, you better. I don't want to go into the sun anymore.
We do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world. I am the great Cornholio. On fire tonight.
And you are simply reduced to watching.
On fire tonight.
I'm gonna get you hard with that. Cause it's fun. And we got shit to do. I'm gonna get you hard with that. I'm gonna get you hard with that. It's fun. And we got shit to do.
What's up, guys and girls? How the bloomin' devil are ya? Christmas, baby. Ho, ho, ho. Yes, we're here. It's Friday night. It's the madness that is that in-between period. It's not no longer Christmas and it's not quite New Year's Eve. But we thought we'd give you a little surprise appearance due to the fact that last week we completely lamed out because I was dying. So yeah, I appreciate you all being very patient. And thank you all for all of your get well soon messages. Appreciate it from all of you, man. Like, truly, salute you lovely people. Because yes, the Grom was dying last week. And let's just say I wasn't feeling like doing a Friday night live. However, at such short notice, it's awesome to see the familiar faces, the usual suspects in the live chat already. So again, good evening to you all. I hope you've had a fantastic Christmas season period, break, holiday, whatever you want to know it as. I hope you've had a good one, and I hope you're already excited for the prospects of the new year that are on the horizon. I sure as hell know that I am. But without further ado, we like to say it, if you haven't already, sit down, get yourself a little beverage, whether it's a hot one, cold one, maybe it's just a lukewarm one that you've already had brewed for a while, who knows. But I hope you sat down, chilled out, and ready to just escape some of the festive madness. Check it out, fire over the shoulder. New little show host. We haven't named him yet, but we will do, maybe even before the end of the night. But this guy, what a legend, right? Look, we're like matching, bro. So, what did you all get for Christmas? I'm sure we are dying to show off with all of our new gifts. I know I am. I have some over on the shelf there, but they're not lit up. So I let the side down there. Let's just say the Grom was spoiled as he most normally is at Christmas. I've got lots of lovely things. But if there's anybody out there that currently understands the... and I'm going to swear on a Friday night live. So if you have young ones listening, stick your fingers in their ears or just go la 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 for the next 10 seconds. If you are familiar with the term dry rope wanker, then yes, I am very sorry to be ashamed that I fall under that category. There are hate groups on Facebook, and I would just like, for the record, to say I had a dry rope before they were cool. Give all credit to Andrea, actually. Many years ago, she was doing a little kind of mad thing, which were like fun runs, paint runs, 10K runs, stupid obstacle courses, and the such like. And she happened to come across this thing, this product called a dry rope. Now, this is going back to maybe like 2016, 2015, 16. I don't know. I could be lying to you. I know it was a long, long time ago. It was way before they were trendy. And I happened to go along to one of these fun runs and watched her change under a dry rope and was like, oh my days, this is like the surfer's dream. These are just missed out on and they need to be obtained. I got myself one. I used one. If you've ever seen me do my January 1st dip in the sea, you would have seen me then put on a big black like overcoat looking thing that's really fleecy and comfortable, and it's known as, or the brand is, Dry Robe. Now, in the last maybe 6 to 8 months, probably a year, they have been popping up absolutely everywhere. Whether it's Lisa that's watching her little boy Jack play football on a Sunday afternoon, or whether it's just some random lady, or man for that sake, just walking through the high street in Aylesbury, dry robes are everywhere. And all of a sudden, they are not cool. And I hate to say it, because they are cool. But that's an argument for another night. However, I have completely upscaled my level of dry robe to another level, and I should have really had it on cue, but I let the side down, guys and girls. It's the holiday period. I'm not ready for anything tonight. Let's just say that. I have a special dry robe bag to put my dry robe in, and do you know what's so special about it? That it has a little like dial or controller on it, so that you can undo it, compress the bag so all of the air goes out of it, and then do the dial back up, and it keeps it airtight. Mwah. What a clever little invention, I'll have you know. The only downside to it is it has a massive dry robe brand written across the side of it, so I think that makes me even a bigger one than I already was. Yes, never mind. But that was one awesome present. I also got the joys of a Dodge Challenger, yeah, something like that. The Fast and Furious car, Dom's car, the iconic black supercharged whatever it is. Maybe some people might be able to help me out in the comments. I got a miniature one. Yes, I didn't get the real size thing, unfortunately, but I have had lots of fun tearing up the living room floor. And if you're an avid viewer of the vlog, I am sure you will have a little chuckle tomorrow when you see tomorrow's edit. But that's moving on. So, basically, I haven't said it, but I usually do say it by now. And that is the fact that I will try my very best to be indulging in the live chats, and I apologise already because I probably will completely forget and I won't look at it, although tonight could be very different, who blooming well knows. I will do my very best to read out any funny comments or any of the such like, and just try to keep you guys involved with the live show. After all, we are live, we are here. However, if I don't, I will go back through the live chats as I usually do after every show, and I will just try to take any of the good ones and I'll bring it into the next show. I did mean, so I'm completely unprepared for tonight. I will warn you now, ladies and gentlemen, there is no news. Oh, there is no nothing. This is just me, you, having a laugh, having a catch up, having a little bit of a wee drink, a wee coffee or something maybe even stiffer, and just seeing how you are. It's just checking in on you lovely people. So I'm sorry if you were disappointed that there will be no stupid glasses this week. However, it does give me a little bit of time to actually talk with you and keep an eye on the live chats. Maybe. Don't hold me to it. Anything could happen, you never know. The fire might catch the background, the light, and the coffee pot might go over, and who knows. I do have a cheeky little line-up of liqueurs that I might end up smashing my way through, and it could just turn into absolute bedlam over here. Let's do it, shall we? What should we go for, guys and girls? We've got a few in here. I'm trying to save the Remy Martin until the end. Oh, we got Famous Grouse. Let's go for a wee miniature Famous Grouse. I wonder if the camera will pick that up. Let's get juiced on YouTube and see if they cancel us for drinking liqueurs. Because I am a sucker for a liqueur, let me just say. So, what's been your highlight of Christmas so far? Let me know in the live chats. Has it been being inundated with massive amounts of food that no human can consume? Or has it been one of those awesome little gadgets that turned up under the Christmas tree from the one and only Mr. Santa Claus himself? So you'll have to bear with me because this is, like, how do you eat yours? This is the big question. When it comes to liqueurs, do you scoff them whole? Or do you do what every good child used to do back in the day? Cheers. That sounded good on TV, didn't it? Cheers. So, let's have a little look. What's going on in the live chats? Bag needs a little heater in it. Yeah, trust me. Heater, even. Now, dude, seriously, if I showed you the bag, you'd be like, oh my days, that is a pretty epic bag. What we got going on? What we got? Put them on for the last time this year, Grommy. Well, who knows? Maybe we should give you a little live news segment. I reckon I could get them quick enough. It'd be a shambles of a news segment, but never mind. Merry Christmas. So, come on. Down here. Who are you? Ha ha ha. See, I'm missing all the good bits. What's going on here? Not going to the in-laws. That was your highlight, Billy. That's savage, dude. I must admit, I had the joys of going to the, well, not really the in-laws. I went to Andrea's brother's house on Christmas evening. And watching his two go absolutely mental, opening presents to the point where they didn't even know what they had anymore because it was just absolute bedlam in the house. There was more Playmobil than there probably was in the shop. And it was quite amusing, actually, seeing Andrea and her brother be assigned like official Playmobil creators. So they just got squirreled away in the corner and were given boxes like, build this, Dad, build this, Aunt. And they sat there for probably 2.5 hours just building their way through all of the Playmobil sets that the kids got. While the rest of the house was just absolute madness. And Andrea, if you guys have seen Moana, the Disney movie, which I love, got a little bit of a, you know, a thing for the chicken because he's a goddamn legend, that's why. Andrea bought, I think it's actually an official Disney toy, which is the chicken out of Moana. And every time you push its wing, it kind of bobs its head around, makes this god-awful chicken clucking noise, finished with the worst squawk you could ever imagine. And I took it upon myself as the entertainer to just make sure that while people were just minding their own business, that the chicken popped up and done its clucking and squawking. So I was highly entertained, as they say, small things and small minds and all the rest of it. But yes, so it was interesting being at the in-laws, just to cause a little bit of trouble, really, if I'm brutally honest. So, come on, I have not seen, mate, your TV is in the fire. No, my fire's on the TV. See, look. I even put a red light at the bottom, but then I sat in front of it. Sorry, look, I'll move over here and let you get some warmth. Check it, look at that, eh? And if you haven't already noticed, we tried to kind of shuffle the studio around a little bit. Instead of being like over there and being that way, we're a bit more like in the room. I should have moved you further back so there was a little bit of like depth of field and maybe you would have felt like you were actually in the room with me then, and it would have been really weird. Could have sat you off to the side and you might have even thought that you were part of the madness that is. Because let's just say it's been 100% thrown together last minute. Thought I'd prop my little dude up, find myself a Christmas hat because the bauble keeps going astray, and just check in with you lovely people. That was the plan anyway. And now I've got Mr. Stephen saying I do need to break out the glasses, and there's a bit of me trying to calculate how do we do that without just disrupting the flow. Leave that with me. I'm surprised not many people have come in with some amazing things of what they've got for Christmas. This almost makes me feel like none of you have got amazing things, which I can only imagine is a lie. You've got to have had some awesome things. Coffee, coffee, coffee. And more after that for Grom. Yeah, and I did actually get, and let me just, I'm breaking all of the rules of live television, going off camera. But don't worry, I'll be back. I'm hoping I'll find it in one. Boom, found it in one. Check this out, guys and girls. This is another little present that I got that I am most definitely stoked off of, and I'm looking forward to breaking this one open. Dan, you might even be a little bit like, what's going on with that? So, was treated to this by Andrea's brother. As you can see, Cornish coffee, or Cornish, however you want to pronounce it. stupidly strong ground coffee. And it says on the bottom, dark roast ground coffee, toe curling, eye watering, volcano erupting loveliness. So yeah, and it's even, I don't know if the print will show, but look, there's even a dude with a surfboard on it just there. So I'm claiming it's definitely going to get you fired up. So yeah, there you go, guys and girls. That could be tonight's sponsor. Tonight's official, unofficial sponsor, Cornish ground coffee. And just for you tea lovers out there, they actually do Cornish tea coffee. I don't know how that works. But yeah, no, I'm not lying. Look, I don't know if the camera will do it justice. There's a little label there that says Cornish tea coffee. Check it out, man. Check them out on the Insta webs. I haven't even got a website for them. Oh, they are. They're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I'll have you know, at Cornish Coffee. So go check them out. CornishCoffeeTea.co.uk. Don't know if they'll ship abroad, but hey, I will give you a rundown on it in the next couple of weeks when I do break it open, and probably give you a live show brought to you by none other than Cornish Coffee. Because I can tell you what, I've got a funny feeling it's going to be absolute rocket fuel. So yeah, tell you what, using props sure is a struggle these days. So what we got? Ha 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 ha. Didn't get anything. Ah, Dave Usan, I think the whole live chat needs to give a big but I do understand. I know you're a score dude. I know that you don't do presents, the fam don't do presents, and then therefore it's like an even kill. How come the angle changed? Because we just changed it up a bit, bro. We were trying to get, like, you know, experimental for you and try to bring you a different viewpoint. Didn't get anything. That's the way my family roll these days. I think that's pretty hardcore, but I you know, it works, man. If that works for you, lovely people, it works for you. I'm feeling it. How will that stack up against the Wawa? Well, Dan, I tell you what, when I do break it open, I will be sure to give it a Wawa score, because I think that's how all coffee should be gauged. Like, instead of it being like strong to, you know, rich or caramel notes or all of that stuff, it should be on a Wawa score. How hardcore is it? I think it is going to be pretty hardcore, man. You know when you can kind of, you can smell it through the bag? Or kind of. I don't know, maybe if that's just my brain, or maybe it's just the coffee that I've already got brewed. But yeah, just got that feeling it's just going to be super gnarly. It's going to be a good one for a winter morning, I think. So, what else have we got going on in the live chats? How will it stack up against the Wawa? Wawa around here is like going to church. Dude, Steve knows. Steve now knows he's converted to the Wawa life. Oh, man, I tell you, out of all of the things I'm looking forward to kind of getting across the pond, I hope they bring Wawa across the pond, man. We need it so bad. What else have we got? My best gift, new long sleeve spring. Dude, am I right in saying that you've got a long sleeve spring wetsuit? If you have, dude, stoked for you. Favorite gift, Mona 2. Movie collectible popcorn holder, I'm assuming that says. Moana on beach, reaching up to touch breaking wave lip. Dude, yeah, okay, we need to see photos. We need to see photos. I got bad connection, keeps pausing. Sorry, Billy, to hear that, dude. Wawa got rid of the plant-based creamers. Their business dropped, so they came back. Okay, so what are you saying there, Mr. Steve? You saying that they got rid of the creamers and now they've got them back, or they've got them back and so business has dropped? No, I don't know. So what's next for the Grom? Hearing the bits in your wit. Oh, now, okay, so this kind of gets us back onto an age-old discussion, which again, if you have been keeping up to date with the vlogs, I want to say it was possibly, there's a funny way to start the story, the day before Christmas, Christmas Eve. It just so happened that there was more than one person that I had really heavy conversations with regarding the vlogs. And one of them being a colleague of mine that hasn't known me for a massive amount of time, He's been with us probably 6 months maybe, and we've been talking quite a lot. He's a young guy. He's sort of saying, what is the plan for the future with the vlog? Have you decided on any change of name, or are you going to go every day next year? And I'll be honest, the conversation that I had with him still stems around the similar conversation that I've had in the light of the vlog. And that is the fact that I am really not sure. If you'd asked me last weekend, I would have said, I am good. I'm happy in the days that I've put in. I am happy with how far I got. And I am good to say, if I do not vlog on January the 1st, 2025, then I'm happy. I've done what I said I came to do, and all of such like. If you'd asked me by Tuesday afternoon this past week, I've completely backflipped and gone 180 degrees in the other direction. And I am thinking, one more year. One more year of the dailies. And not even one whole year. Basically, it dawned on me that I think this evening we are at 1,883 or 4 days. So when I had this conversation, I would just crested out on like 180 or like 1,830 or something days. And I was thinking, there is no way on God's earth will I ever get back to that amount. So I could stop now, but I would never get back to here to then try to push to 1,000, shall we say. And so I was kind of thinking, 2,000 days sounds like a solid innings. I don't know, you'll have to let me know in the comments. What do you think? I think 2,000 days daily vlogging is one hell of a solid, like just solid innings. And I think to get there and say we done that as a milestone for any daily vlogger, I think that is good enough to be able to say, well, we came, we saw, and we conquered, and we did what we did. So that has kind of reared its head in the last week. Then in regards to changing the channel name, funnily enough, I went and delivered an edit to a friend of mine that he wanted for Christmas. And we were discussing it. And he said, if anything, if you were going to change your name, whatever you... So bearing in mind, I'll give you some like backstory to this. I turned up at his house and he was super proud. He was like, dude, I'm on day 13. And I was a bit like, where are you at? And because he'd seen my re-edit of the very first day, he then chose to go back to the very first day, watch the original edit, and had watched numerically in order until the 13th day. And I was like, dude, that's savage. Like, you're hardcore. You got a hell of a lot of episodes to catch up on. But nevertheless, he was like super stoked off the fact that he'd already got to day 13. And kind of just said to me, dude, if you're going to change the channel, whatever you put in the name of this, it needs to be something around life. The conversations that you've had in that first 13 days have been so heavy and are so interesting that you need to edge more towards the fact that you are just discussing everyday life. And yeah, we sat and thought about that and talked, and it was kind of funny. So yeah, who knows? I just seen Tom's comment before it rolls off the edge of the screen. I got a whole bunch of Lego Viking sets. Dude, that sounds freaking awesome. And I didn't even know they'd done Viking sets, but I'm a little bit, I wouldn't say jealous, but I'm a little bit intrigued more so to be like, I need to find out more. Ah, right, so they got rid of the creamers and brought them back. Okay, sorry, I diverse from the story. I'm just trying to keep an eye on the live chats. Wonder if Grom's drinking Dan's coffee from the official, unofficial sponsor for Friday Night Live. No, we are waiting on that, and maybe there you go. Billy's already put it out there, and if Dan's still listening, maybe he is the man that can make it happen. If Mr. Dan can get some of his splendid keep on grinding coffee across this side of the pond, dude, I'll take some. I'll drink it on a Friday. I'll drink it on a Monday, a Sunday, a Tuesday. I'll drink it any goddamn day of the week. But I would save some for the Friday Night Live. So, yeah, big shout out to Billy for putting that out there. Maybe the universe will provide. yeah, started to hello, dude, come on, Steve, man, you need to put more emphasis in your typing expertise. I know you're pounding out the keys quick, but dude, you leave me dying at this end. Sister brought a space shuttle Lego with opening cargo doors and a satellite. Dude, that sounds pretty epic. Got to push it to 2025. Vlogs in 2025. Yeah, dude, that's a heavy claim by Rich Slade. That we would actually have the potential to do that. Dude, didn't even think of that. Ah, well, there you go. It is now written in the universe. It was obviously, it hadn't dawned on me, but it has now. Dude, I don't know whether the camera's falling down or this hat's just slipping over my head. I'm going to have to lose the hat, guys and girls. Let's put it over here for the second. Stoked. Dude, that was making my head hot as hell. It's doing nothing for my hairline, bruh. So, yes, that's a huge claim by Rich Slade. Dude, you're epic on that one. And I'm loving the idea of the space shuttle build, Billy, because obviously I know that your dad himself had quite a lot to do with the space shuttle. So that's going to be freaking awesome, man. Lego space shuttle and you guys building it. I reckon that's going to be epic. Yeah, shout out to Dan. There he is. There he is. I'll get it there. Hope to push it a little into the new year. Dude, I really hope you do too, man. Do you know what? The one thing that I hope that a lot of the people, especially you guys and girls watching at the minute, if there are little like side avenues or hustles, however you want to see it, just to mention one there, I know Dan Cov has his little side hustle, which is his Keep On Grinding Coffee, and it's amazing. And I just hope all of you push harder in those. And hey, without trying to sound like some weirdo Fruit Loop kook, if there is a side hustle, whether it's maybe you do art on the side, maybe you do photography on the side, maybe you make some really crazy thing that you love making and fully just passionate about, let the Friday Night Live know. Let me know. Let everybody in the live know. Let everybody in the chat know. I know you're probably sat there feeling like it's not good enough or you don't know how the world is going to perceive it. Let's just say you are good enough and the world will only be able to perceive it if you put it out there. That is something that I have learned in my last 4 years, that 9 times out of 10, the things that you just don't think are good enough are only your like inner saboteurs or the crazy little voices that push against it, that stop you doing it. I heard this great quote recently. I've probably forgotten that's how great it was. But it's like, doubt is the only thing that kills dreams. Or dreams only die because of doubt or something. I.e. exactly what I just said, in the sense of, get over those demons, man. Don't worry about the stupid things and give it a shot. Because, hey, the universe will tell you quite quickly whether it's good or it's bad. And don't stop at the thought of, oh, I don't know. Just do it. And let us know. Let the Friday Night Live know. Let all of the crew in the live chats know. And we will do what we can to make your little side hustle more than that. And the point being there, Dan, dude, you just got to keep grinding this year. 2025, man. It's the year, man. I believe in you. And I know it's really hard doing a 40-hour week, having family, trying to do all of the little things that keep the sanity rolling. And I am probably my own worst enemy in telling you everything that I just said, because there is so many little side hustles that I want to give birth to in 2025. But just trying to keep that energy and that momentum to keep pushing on that, as well as trying to be a good human being, trying to find fitness, trying to find some time to read, educate myself, learn something, drink water, do a 40-hour week, keep a relationship with wife, girlfriend, family, friends, build on relationships, and then take in what's going on in the world and try to find a place in the world and try to mastermind some evil genius plan to take over the world. I feel you, brother. I know the feeling, but let's do it, man. 2025 is the year, trust me. That's how I'm feeling, thinking about it. Grom has had the coffee though. Yeah, I did have the coffee. Oh yeah. But seriously, I know I listened to, and if you haven't ever listened to, check out Getting Real with Cockney Buddha, and I'm sure he'll put, or if he can, I know that you won't be able to post the links, dude, in the live chat, but if there's a way that you can just type in there, like, is it Buzzsprout? I know I listen to you via Spotify, I think it is. Cockney Buddha, gentleman in the live chats right now, does a podcast, and his podcasts are awesome. And I know in one of his recent ones, he said how he's going to wangle it, that he's just going to spring it on Dan to get him on there talking. Now, trust me, the two things that I will say: one, Cockney Buddha's podcast is freaking awesome, and two, what Dan doesn't know about brewing coffee is just not worth knowing. I've probably admitted to you lovely people in the past that I'm pretty much on a level of like coffee snob connoisseur or crackhead levels of coffee. I'm just a crackhead. I don't care how it comes, if it's granules, whether it's ground, pre-ground, roasted, unroasted, I don't care. I'll take it. If it's cold, if it's milky, if it's got too much sugar in it, not enough sugar in it, I don't care if it's been in the mug for 24 hours or more. I'll drink it. Dan is an absolute connoisseur of roasting, prepping. Seriously, I don't have enough knowledge in my brain to tell you just how much of a science there is behind brewing a legit cup of coffee. Now, for me personally, way too much time, dude. Like, I use a filter jug, and that is even too much time for me. You would have seen if you watch me in the vlogs. I'm an instant kind of guy. I like putting some granules in a cup. I'm going to cough, you'll have to excuse me. I like putting some granules in a cup, pouring some hot water on it. Bob's your uncle, Mary's your aunt. Let's go. I watched Dan prepare maybe what was worth 4 cups of coffee. It must have taken him 20 minutes, maybe more, but I tell you one thing, I will not lie. It was freaking awesome coffee. That is all I will say. So again, if any of you watching, or you're watching the after show, watching live, if you're in the live chats or you're just loitering in the background, if you're a coffee fiend, go and check out Dan on Instagram under Keep Grinding Coffee, because his coffee's freaking awesome. And yeah, if that wasn't enough of a plug for you, Dan, I don't know what is, dude. But I just only hope that you go hardcore in 2025, along with all the rest of you with crazy ideas. So, what else has gone on since I have not been paying attention? Best thing Grom did for me, for the Grom tour, is talk me into leaving all of my coffee brewing gear and coffee gear at home. Way really good to take the break and appreciate my coffee even more. Yeah, dude, seriously, it's like a chemistry kit. That's all I'm saying. Dan's level of brewing is on chemistry levels. I was saying with your YouTube channel, remember the original reason you started it. Where does it take you? And go with that. Yeah, seriously, I've been putting a lot of thought into the whole YouTube thing recently. And in actual fact, without knowing it, and you might have even seen it, what with being ill last week and then this week it being Christmas, I've somehow, way, shape or form, obviously being ill helped a lot, detached from this need to try to go like full filmography thing. I was getting really gnarly into the fact that I wanted it to be something like epic. And then in the cold harsh reality of things, it's actually been fun to just ridiculously cut together some footage. And you might have seen it in, I want to say, the video that went up tonight. You will sure as hell see it in the video that come up, or that goes live tomorrow at 6 o'clock. I'm just kind of having some fun with editing now. So it took a long time to get comfortable talking to a camera. I think this is pretty much confirmation that I'm okay at that. I'll use the term okay. So talking to the camera is okay until the point where I try to convey my most, not necessarily deepest, darkest thoughts, but if there is something that I want to be really precise and complex in what I'm saying, in one of those stupid Grom thoughts, my head, my vocabulary completely fall apart. They're like two different entities. I want to try to marry those back together in the vlog. Instead of rambling on for 25 minutes, I'd like to be a little bit more precise and to the point in the fact that if I have one of these wayward thoughts, like I tried portraying, or sorry, not even portraying, like trying to get across the other night in the vlog, in the sense that it still pickles me how there are certain things that happen in our younger days. I'll use that term because, hey man, I'm claiming that to be like a cutoff at maybe 21, 22. So we're not talking childhood here, we're talking younger days. It just seems so bonkers to me that there are certain things in that time, certain movies, certain interactions, certain conversation points and things that just burn into your brain like solid programming. And we're not talking about like cognitive learning or any of those sort of things. We're just talking about like learning lyrics to songs, knowing a movie word for word, just that sort of stupid stuff that is irrelevant. Like, I could pretty much quote you word for word all of the words for the movie The Crow with Brandon Lee in it. That is never going to get me further in life. That is never going to make me, I don't know, a Nobel Peace winner, you know? However, in now time, I can watch videos on YouTube, and that's like a sticking point for me. But nevertheless, I can watch movies, television series, informational videos. I can listen to informational podcasts and such like. And the most crucial pieces of information, the quotes, the really groundbreaking pieces of information that could really smash walls for you moving forward as a human being. I can't remember them, but I can still tell you a quote out of a G.I. Joe movie when I was like 5. What is that all about? Trying to relay that in anything less than maybe a 10-minute speech like that was, it just doesn't work. So I want to refine that in 2025. So, what else has been going on in the live? Well, what have I missed out in the live chats? Yeah, I'll push it across the podcast too. Yeah, you do that, Buddha. We need to get Dan talking about coffee, because seriously, I can't do it justice. I didn't even know there was so much to know about coffee. I just drink the stuff, dude. Like I said, I'm just a crackhead. Dan is like the professor. He is like the nutty professor, and I love it. It's epic. Say the group start something, challenges. Each to their own, dude. I'm like, another thing that I've realized in the last couple of days is the fact that it's really beautiful being accountable and finding other people to be accountable with, if there is such a thing that you're all like-minded in and you want to go after. That's cool. However, and it sounds really sad, I've noticed more and more that people are like independently striving to better themselves, which still pickles me, because I know if everybody was to come together and work as a team, I'm sure we'd absolutely blow things apart. However, I feel like individually, so many of the people that we know, and especially that I surround myself with, and especially from the vlog, we're all broken in our own little ways. And I feel like there is a whole load of growing, a whole load of repairing, and a whole load of learning to be done individually before we can come together and do group things. That's out there for a Friday night, right? Spotify, matey, across the platforms. Yeah, I want to say you use Linktree, Instagram will give you your podcast link, because that's how I get to it when I completely forget where to go looking, and that takes me to your Spotify page. So yeah, guys and girls, if you're listening, if you haven't completely switched off and fallen off your chair and sleep after you've eaten so much Christmas food, go check out Cockney Buddha on Instagram. There's a link tree in his bio, and that will lead you straight to his podcast, where you can listen to some amazing, helpful tips and such like. So yeah, I recommend you do that. Plus, the intro tune is just epic, and when I hear it fire up, I get kind of stoked. So that's just a side note. Anyway, right. I'm going to grab him, talk mental health and what he does. Coffee, surfing, charity, dad, husband, most definitely. So yeah, dude, make it happen. 2025 would be sick. Also have a few other coals in the fire too. It's tough at times. Yes, Dan, and I feel you very much. Grind your own coffee is the best. Seriously, Mr. Bob, Dan goes past just grinding your own coffee. The guy roasts his own coffee. He sources his own bean, roasts his own coffee, and that is just the start of things. Like, seriously. Like, I've seen less chemistry set in a secondary school, dude. This guy's coffee brewing thing is up there. And yes, I am the proud owner of a grinder, and it was actually its first year anniversary on Christmas Day, and I still haven't used it. Don't tell Dan. Because again, I'm just lazy, dude. I like preparing this for a Friday night is like a ball ache. I didn't say that it's Christmas. I'm getting over things. But yes, Bob, I have so much coffee bean in the cupboard that I haven't ground because everybody bought me like a... So last year was the year of the coffee bean. I purchased a coffee grinder, numerous bags of coffee bean. A friend of mine gave me an entire tub of coffee beans, and I just haven't got there. I like to keep the grinder in the box really clean and not use it because I'm a weirdo. And then this year has been the year of honey. So I have a complete lifetime supply of plenty of different honey. Andrea bought me an entire box with numerous sample size pots of honey in. So seems like I'm going to be on a honey thing this year. But come back to me on Christmas 2025 and I'll see how many of those I still have mint in box. Don't tell anyone. But yes, I do need to get into it. So maybe I need to hold myself accountable for firing up the grinder this year. We do need a Zippies. It would be quite nice, but I don't know if it'd be good for my health, dude. What's the takeaway with Grom on the tour? Dude, I kind of covered that a little while ago. When me daughter had her accident and Grom stepped up with me daughters, yeah, that's when I knew he was fam. They really responded to him. Yeah, dude, that was a gnarly day, man. That was such a gnarly day. All made better, though, by the fact that me and you went and absolutely bossed it in that coffee and chocolate shop. Yeah. I kind of let the side down that I didn't put more of that in the vlog, but it was one of those things. I know you've gone live with the story now on the podcast, so I kind of feel a little bit more open to say that one of the days while I was in Florida, chilling out with the Buddhas, his daughter, bless her, had a car accident while trying to save a turtle. So, you know, like, dude, just one of those moments. There was another individual that had stopped for a turtle, and there was obviously no possibility for Steve's daughter to be able to stop in time, and it all went a little bit Pete Tong. All I can remember is, dude, it was early for me because I just never slept, and I'd only been up a little while. There was a phone call, and you can tell instantly by people's voices that you're like, dude, this sounds like it sucks. However, there's still somebody talking on the other end, so that's really good. And I will never forget your daughter coming through the door, man. Like, I think that was my saddest moment of the tour, which I'm kind of like, as mental as it sounds, I'm glad that was the lowest, but we could talk about that more. But I'm just like, if the only lowest bit was her doing that, that was good because it was her walking through the door, dude. But just her face, and her words of, "I'm sorry, Grom," just because she felt like she'd messed the tour up because she'd crashed the car and then she'd need to use the family car and that you guys couldn't ferret. Dude, and I was just like, don't worry, man. Like, seriously, as long as you're all right and you're able-bodied enough to come through the door and be upset about shit, like, you're good, dude. Like, don't worry about it. But that will burn long in the memory banks of the Grom, just how upset she was, bless her, at the thought that she'd messed up the time that I was in Florida. And it was like, dude, bless you. Yeah, what a weird experience to partake on the tour. But a memory that is just, yeah, one of those, man. And again, out of it all, I was just more so happy that everybody was still intact and still had all their mushy bits and stuff. So yeah, stoked, man. But yeah, and yeah, what a day, dude. But to finish it up, having like ridiculously expensive coffee and ridiculously expensive chocolates, like, I know I was saying that I'm not really a connoisseur of these things, but hey, man, it was good. Yep, Buzzsprout. I hope that's kind of a podcast platform, right? That's not what you upload to or something. I don't know, dude. But yeah, go check out the Buddha's podcast. I know I've said it probably 100 times, but go and check it out, dude. Have a podcast dropping Sunday. Who you surround yourself with, most definitely. Most coffee drunk is well past its freshness. Ooh, Dan's getting in there with some coffee facts. I did hear something the other day, like, and I thought, and actually, I'm lying. I'll rephrase that. I want to say it was you that told me. Isn't it something like the less roasted it is, the stronger the bean? The longer the roasting process takes out the strength of the bean. However, it gives it more flavour in doing so. So you could either have really like awful tasting coffee, super strong, or a better flavoursome coffee, but it'll be weaker in strength. I don't know, you'll have to confirm me on that. Dude, teaching you how to play the singing bowl was epic. Dude, I didn't step up, man. I was just there, dude. I was just partaking in the madness. Lighter the roast, heavier the caffeine. All other things equal. Lighter the roast height, dude. Lighter the roast height? Like, how high can you roast it, dude? Yeah, that's just me being an idiot. Grom in Cali and Hawaii and showing him the Cali surf shop, I know, and getting him in the water. But also showing him the east side beaches on Oahu. Yeah, dude, that was an awesome vibe, man. I'd have liked to have had more time to be able to spend with you in Hawaii, dude. But, next time, brother. What would be the highlight of the year to date for you all? Now, there's a heavy question, and yeah, I'm gonna partake. If only I could highlight and bring that up on the screen. What has been everybody's highlight? What has been your individual highlight of 2024? What's been that moment? What's been the breakthrough, the mountaintop, the enlightened part, or just something that's made you be like, yeah, we're moving in the right direction? That's an awesome question, Billy. You know me, I'm a Fruit Loop, dude. Everybody loves me. I'm just a weirdo. How was it I was claimed the other week? I'm like the gay, straight best friend or something. That's how I roll, dude. Just me. Just a Fruit Loop. And it was epic, actually, because I met somebody that knows me via the vlog, but had never met me in real life. And after about 40 minutes of being with me, they were like, dude, you were just exactly like you are on your vlog. And I'm like, yeah. No shit, Sherlock. But yeah, man, I suppose that's the difference, isn't it? Some people play who they are on social media. Obviously, I just record who I am and put that out in the world. And that blows some people's minds, but never mind. It's just me, right? Dan, is that how you get Cuban style coffee over the Dominican, etc.? Yeah, that's a heavy question. Paddling out with the Grom, dude. Is that honest to God your highlight? Surely not, Dan. I know, like, I love you for saying it, dude, and that's awesome. But seriously, like, surely, man, If it is your highlight, it's your highlight, dude. It's one of my highlights from 2024. Yeah, I'll take that, because surely, man, you've done some epic things this year. If you're saying that one of those though was paddling out, most definitely. I'm glad it wasn't like nearly watching the Grom drown. Was like my highlight. Well, learning about myself more, love that, this year. Having the channel grow has been awesome too. But breakthroughs in my own mentals is awesome. And dude, you should be proud of that. You've gone from the guy that constantly threatened and said that he was like Mr. Technophobe to dude, fully embedding and immersing yourself in the world of technology. What with rolling a podcast, doing the YouTube vlogs, doing lives, you know, getting involved in lighting and audio, and just getting super kind of kooky about it, dude. Getting involved in investing in yourself is like pretty epic. So you should be proud of like how far you've come this year, man. It's awesome, and I can't wait to see what 2025 holds for you, dude. You really are that kook 24/7. Yeah, baby. Dave knows. Dave knows the score. I just try to like temper it a little bit. I think it's kind of funny, right? I had this thought just recently. I know some individuals that will like amplify themselves for social media purposes. Now, I like to think that I try to down tune myself for social media purposes, because I don't know if I'm ready to go full Grom in the vlogs, because I don't know, man. This is me just taking my own personal like account of myself, but I just think, dude, like if you see me at full Grom bouncing off the walls, I think people would think I'm making it up. Just saying. I haven't done much. Dan, you haven't not done much, dude. I know you've done more than what you give yourself credit for as well. Dude, you've made it through another year. You've supported a family. You've gone hard in the daily grind. You've gone over and above all of the Call of Duty in doing all of the side hustles. I know, I want to say at the beginning of the year you were still doing the lawns, but then you kind of gave that up to try to pursue other things. You've got the side hustle on the coffee. And most of all, you are still just doing the standard checking in on friends and making sure they're good when people go quiet. I'm just saying, man. Just you know, give you plenty more flowers than that, but I'm not gonna. Don't want you getting all super stoked, you know. Can't have you too fired up on a Friday evening, right? Or afternoon. Doing something that I have never done. SM driving, not sure. Towards the storm, towards the beach, to see me mate disappear in a carnage of waves. Dude, yeah. I don't know, dude. 2024 on the Grom tour was gnarly. Another one of them days I'll never forget. Tracy, dude, seriously, and I think I've said it in the past lives. Tracy's an absolute freaking legend, dude. She is like full 110% hardcore beach dweller. Bearing in mind that if I was stood on that beach because one of my weirdo people that I knew, like, wanted to go out in those conditions, I'd be like, dude, I'm gonna go sit undercover and you let me know how you get on, right? For Trace to be like, no, I'm good, dude. I'm just gonna dig in here, like, make a little like barricade so that the sea doesn't wash away the sand that I was sat on my chair in. Make a little blockade between you and a goddamn tropical storm, and sit out there. Hardcore, dude. Straight up beach dweller. No doubt about it. Issues. Where's the production team? Look, my fire's gone off, man. Somebody needs to stoke the fire, bruh. Done that. So that's kind of a good indicator. It says that I've been rambling and chatting absolute waffle for near on an hour. Don't go full Grom. The world is not ready for that. Dan's a legend. Don't see who you are, mate. You don't see who you are. Yeah, true that. She's nuts. Haha, why I married her. Dude, she's an absolute freaking legend. So, I hate to say it, I don't want to keep you any longer because it has been 110% waffle fest this evening. As I said at the beginning of the show, I hadn't really planned anything for it. I wanted to do one in between Christmas and in New Year's. And more so just to kind of have some of this time. Because I've said it so much this year where trying to keep the show rolling and then have enough time, because my eyesight and my well, actually it's not even my eyesight, it's the fact that I do myself no favors because I have the chat at its smallest possible size, and then I kind of catch on to certain questions and things after the fact, and I do an absolute hideous job of trying to keep with the feed while it's all going on, and miss out on half the fun. And sometimes it's just nice to be part of it instead of just being the show. So I kind of wanted to just get in this evening, have a little bit of a check-in with people, and if people drop off and go and do their own thing because I'm just nattering and it's not a normal show, then that's fine, because I appreciate the hell out of the ones that stick behind. An interesting thought that come away from a conversation actually with somebody that I'd done an interview with this year on the Friday Night Lives, and it was after the show. I had some amazing interviews this year. For some individuals, they'll be like, we don't know who these guys are, and they've probably never come across them beforehand. All of the people that I had on interviews are people that I've known in some way, shape or form, looked up to, or even been at a point where, like, I wouldn't say they were idols, but these were people that are like absolute troopers in their field. With the likes of Genesis Elijah, Greg Blackman, DJ Rasp, Bus 166, and that's just to mention a couple. They are remarkable individuals that stuck to their guns and pushed really hard down the avenue that they wanted to follow and pursue, and that they had passion for. And regardless of if it was a financial gain or whether it was going to just make enough to get by, it didn't matter. They pursued it, they went after it, and they managed to turn their passion into something that made them an income. And that's before we even start talking about the level of success that they've seen within doing what they do. They might not be Taylor Swift or Beyonce or Elon Musk. However, if you look in their respected circles and you talk to the people in those niches, they will all say the same thing, that they went to the top of their game doing it the way that they wanted to do it, and they didn't follow the norm. And I don't know about you guys watching, but I'm a great believer in, I would rather not make it to the top of the pyramid stack if it took me to have to sell my soul to do so. I would rather stay me and only make it halfway up the pyramid, but as long as I can say at the end of the day that I've got no regrets, I've done it how I wanted to do it, and I didn't have to tread on people or be a dick to get there, then I'm happy to only get halfway. I digress. Having a conversation with one of the interviews afterwards, and they just pointed out to me with the fact that I was saying about obviously numbers and subs, and the fact that I'm kind of in a position where I'm like, I've had so many people over the last 5 years ask me, or even just state, they don't understand how the channel has not blown up or got greater viewing figures or bigger followings. And I appreciate that. I love the fact that individuals think that about the channel, and that's a good thing. I love that. The reality of it is, ever since day dot, I was always in a position where, hey, if one person other than myself watched it, I'm good. If one person watched it and got inspired, good. If one person watched it, got inspired and acted on that and done something that furthered them, I am more than good. I am like, you just don't know what effect you could have on a bigger like ripple in a pond of just inspiring others to go and do what they want to do. In having this conversation, they quite gracefully pointed out to me that having 300 people that are ride or die over having 500,000 that are kind of just along for the ride is worth way more. And I knew this, and it's always shocked me, because to have guys and girls like yourselves turn up on a Friday night and give up your time to tune in and listen to me waffle about stuff, besides tuning in on a Monday to Friday adventure and just seeing somebody that is merely living a very normal life, that isn't climbing mountains and snowboarding and buying and selling property or giving you advice on stuff to buy or how to take over the world, it still boggles my mind. But the amount of people in the 4 years that have said, there's been things that I've said that have changed their opinions or their mindset more so, to then go and further the things that they want to do, that comes back around to the, wow, okay, we're doing something here. So when this individual pointed out that, dude, if you have 300 people, imagine putting those 300 people in a room in front of you and saying, are we going to war? And if they all turn around and said, if we're going to war, we're going to war. That's a lot of people, dude. And that still pickles my head. So whether it's the people that come to this after the live because you didn't have the opportunity to get here, you still count. Whether you were here while I was completely rambling and you stuck around for over 45 minutes, you count. If you tune into the vlog on a weekly catch-up, a monthly catch-up, or you just sit there and you know that at 6 o'clock when that vlog drops, you're going to get to it when you can, you count in this. So for all of you, if you can just go away tonight with one thought, and that is the fact that no matter how messed up the news gets or the world gets or the complete madness and pandemonium that Monday to Friday grind brings, with idiots that carve you up and try to cut in front of you because they want to get to something quicker, or that they're just in their own world living their own little life and they are the main star, don't forget that you are the main star in your life. And that doesn't mean that you need to go and cut other people up or be a dick, but just grab it by both hands and go and live those dreams. Because I tell you one thing, I didn't think it was ever capable of doing half the things that I thought I was capable of doing, apart from let's give it a try and see what happens. Make sure that in 2025, knowing that you've given me the stoke to do what I do, please go away knowing that in 2025, if you need me to give back the stoke to you guys to go and do what you got to do, let's be having it. Heavy claim, heavy ramble, but it's God's honest truth. It's kind of what I was edging at to halfway through the show, in the sense of, if there's an interest, a slight spark, a slight glimmer of something that gives you some sort of tingle, excitement, childlike sense of being, and you want to get out and get after it, don't let anybody else stop you from doing it, regardless of what other people might think of you doing so. As long as it's not harming anybody else, get out there and get after it. And if you do so, endeavour in running that avenue, be sure to let us know in the live chats or in the comments, and DM me or something. On that note, I will give you the heads up a little bit further than I had done in the vlog, which was in the first part. I don't know until how long, you'll see, I'll rear my ugly head again. I will be on DM messages on Instagram. I will be on DM WhatsApp messages. However, in the world of social media, like my daily stories and just general posting and stuff on other platforms, I'm going dark. I've decided, I kind of been doing it the last couple of years, just for a little while, as in me putting me out there. You won't see so much. Apologies for that. But hey, Don't ever feel like you can't hit me up on DM, on a WhatsApp, on an Instagram or such like, because I will reply. I'm just going a little bit under the radio, and just want to be under the radar for a little bit. But the vlog will be still happening. The Friday night lives might thin out at the beginning of the year, but I kind of want to reinvent the Friday night live. We might even just have some random shows here and there. But that's just to give you a heads up, to let you know what's going on, because I don't want to feel like I'm letting you all into the dark. But I just wanted to be honest and just give you the heads up, so that you don't think that I'm like fading out. I'm just regrouping. That's the plan anyway. So, just want to make sure that I haven't missed anything. Banging, gonna run, grabbing dinner. Yes, most definitely, Mr. Steve, if you haven't gone already, dude. Appreciate you being here. Namaste, you awesome human beings. Have a good night, Steve. See you next time, Buddha. I think you hit the home run. Maybe. Probably didn't do it as precise and as eloquent as I would have liked to, Mr. Dan. But hey, if I got the message across without completely losing the plot, we done freaking well. On that note, guys and girls, I appreciate the hell out of you taking the time out to tune in. Apologies for it not being a fully polished, all frills and, you know, show bonanza for the end of the year. But I like to say, just wanted to check in with you, because I know there's a few of you that check in with me, so I appreciate it. Dan, you're a freaking legend for staying this far. Anybody else that stayed this far, you get the Medal of Honor. Appreciate you all. Go away, have a fantastic weekend, and I won't see you before the turn of the new year. So please have an awesome New Year's Eve. Be safe, have fun, enjoy, create memories, and just get fired up into position, feet in the starters blocks, and ready to fire out there as hard as you can in 2025. And we might catch you for a kind of like New Year's special next Friday. So until then, stay awesome, stay in touch, and stay safe. But most of all, stay focused, stay positive, stay freaking awesome.